It takes you to such a fundamental kind of place, that comment, because when we deal with mediation, we're really dealing with people who are working in situations where they're intervening in other people's difficulties and problems, and that is as old as civilization. Undoubtedly, any community that could be said to be living in a civilized kind of way had people that helped other people manage their issues. So I've always had difficulty with this concept of certification, because I know there's still a large body of people who would not even know that they could be certified, much less would they ever be certified even if they knew, because they do that. So we're dealing fundamentally with the business of people that understand the way social interactions work and have the experience and the wisdom and the credibility with other people to add value into that situation. Now, I have no doubt that it can be helpful to take all kinds of additional programs and training, but it is a real challenging thing to say only people who have certification can perform a function that's this deep in human existence.
That's right.
And it just, there's something about it, and I think that that's part of the fundamental insights that the community that we're part of, you and I, has, and that's why we've had such a difficult time coming to the question as to whether there should be certification or not. We're just, no matter how deep and thoughtful our conversations have been around it, and how much we worked at it, we just have struggled.
But the other side of it appears to be, how do you observe carefully enough what folks like Leon can do naturally, instinctively, and on some level, A, can it be taught, and B, can you bottle it to some extent, never perfectly, but at least begin to pass it on and accentuate it and do it by design and less by chance, I guess.
Well, I don't, of course, and that's really what's driven much of the kind of duality in my own life, professionally, in my own practice, this notion of being contemplative and reflective about what you do and trying to capture it and to grow a body of knowledge makes you better in what you do, and vice versa. And he, in his own way, he was very much into that. He wrote, he thought, he was very reflective about what he was doing. And I have no doubt that one can do that. But that's a different question, really, than whether we give you a stamp of approval.
Exactly.
You know, that's another. Now, I have no doubt that in certain areas, in certain places, a stamp of approval may be appropriate, but I'm talking at the highest level about the kind of fundamentals around this. And there is sort of a big piece that's unanswered. Somebody told me the other day that there is 1.6 million people or something of that nature that perform this kind of intermediary function in China within communities. I'm not just sure what the number, but some staggering number that may not be even close to that number. But the point is that in many societies, in many places, for a very long period of time, people have come to the aid of other people at their invitation.
Been in-betweens, that's right.
They're in-betweens.